Hey art friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we'll be learning how to draw shark bait, a daydream critter from Poppy Playtime. So first we're gonna get started up the top of the nose and we're gonna curve our line around and then in towards the middle. From the center now we're gonna arch this line up and over towards the right. And then we're gonna flip over to the left, replicating that, just making this one shorter. Now from each corner, we're going to curve a line that arches down for the corner of the mouth. Coming underneath, let's create a nice big arch line for the bottom of our mouth. Now inside, we're going to create some teeth. So we're going to draw a diagonal line that comes in on both sides. And then on the top, we're just going to join that together with a zigzag pattern as we come all the way over towards the right. Now on the bottom, we're going to replicate that, bringing that in towards the top. And then again, just drawing another zigzag pattern as we come all the way over. Now on the right, for the tongue, we're going to curve this line in towards the middle and then moving above that, replicating that again. Now coming up for the eyes, on the right-hand side, we're going to curve this line across. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left-hand side, arching this line over. Now from here for the eye, we're going to arch this line all the way around. And then in. And then on the left, starting from the top of our nose, we're going to curve this around and then back down. Now on the inside corner, we're going to curve this line up and across. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to draw in a nice big oval. Now for the cheeks on both sides, we're going to curve this line around and then in. And then we're going to move over on the left-hand side, just curving this line back around and then in. And we're just going to make sure we leave a gap in the center. On the top, closing off the head on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line around and then down. And then from that center point, again, just curving this over, bringing that down in the corner. We're going to draw in a shark fin to the right now. So we're going to curve this line out and then back in, just curving that down slightly towards the cheek. And then on the left and right hand side, we're going to draw in an arch line for the eyebrows. Let's come down and draw in the shark tooth pendant. So on the left hand side, we're going to draw in a curved line. So we're going to arch this line around and then in. We're going to draw in a diagonal line that comes in towards the center on both sides. Now from here again, we're going to curve this line down and then up. And then again in the middle, just curving that line down and then back up on the right. In the center now, we're going to draw in a curved line, arching that up towards the middle. And now on both sides, let's draw a diagonal line that comes out. Now for the arm on the right-hand side, we're going to arch this line down and then stepping further over on the inside, let's replicate that. Let's draw in our first hand now. So we're going to arch this line out and then in. And then underneath that, closing off the finger, just curving that line across. Again, moving down, out, and then in, and then just curving that line under. One more time on the bottom, curving this line down and then in. First, we're going to draw on the thumb before we close it off. So we're going to curve this down and then up. And then for the thumb, we're just going to curve this line around and through. And then now from here, we're just going to arch this line over, connecting that together. For the wrist, we're going to arch this line through towards the right. Now on the left-hand side, let's arch this line around and through. On the left-hand side for our left arm, we're going to start underneath, bringing this line out. On the bottom, curving this line across. For the first finger, arching this line over, back in. And then we're going to curve this line through. For the thumb, again, arching this line over and then in. And then curving another line that comes up. Now from here, we're just going to curve this line in towards the top. Let's draw on the rest of the fingers now. So we're going to bring this line out, arching that down. And then one more time on the top, making that shorter as we come through. Let's close off the wrist with a curved line, arching that down. Now in the center, we're going to curve this line out from the top and then in. And then again, we're going to bring another diagonal line that comes out. From here in the corner, we're going to curve this line through towards the center. And then from that point, we're just going to arch this line out on the left. For our right leg, let's arch this line down. We're going to step across, lining this up at the same height, curving that up, leaving a gap for the right leg. And then from here, we're just going to arch this further down because we're going to include the foot. And then now from the top, we're going to arch this line around and then up, and then closing off the foot, curving that across. Let's come in towards the middle. Behind, we're going to curve this line out. We'll do the same on the top. Now from here, we're going to curve this line through and over, and then above, curving this line across. Now on the side for the pattern here, we're going to draw in an arch line on the top. We're going to drop a little bit lower, replicating that, making that bigger. And then again, one more time as we move through. Now on the top, we're going to curve this line across. We'll do the same on the bottom. On the top again, arching this line around and then in. And then again on the bottom, arching that through and up, bringing that across. And we're going to leave a gap here because we're going to draw in a bite mark. So we're going to curve this line through on both sides, creating a small arch line, again, leaving a gap in the center. And then now from here, we're just going to replicate that, curving that down. Similar pattern here on the tail. So we're going to curve this line up and then down. And then one more time as we come through towards our thumb. And that is it. That's how you draw Sharkbait, a Daydream critter. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thanks so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.